1992, I was a junior at Texas A&M University, and I took a class called Western Civilization, and it was taught by a professor who was one of my professors in my major, which was Spanish. So I took a Western Civ course from him because I thought he would bring in a Latin American perspective, which is often absent from Western Civ education, and especially when you talk about the Europeans coming over to this hemisphere. And so I took him specifically. And the first day of class, he wrote up on the board, Bartolomé de las Casas, on the board. And he looked out at the audience, and in college, it's an audience. It's like this. There's like 300 of us. And I was sitting in the back, in the middle, and in front of me were four members, well, four other students. It's not important who they were. Four other students, four other white students like me. And the professor said, "Who is this?" And one of them turned to the other one and said, "I don't give a blank who that blank is." And it really set me off. It hit me in a way that I never felt before in terms of race and ethnicity and social justice. Mainly because I knew who Bartolomé de las Casas was. He was a priest who came with Cortez, and when Cortez got to Tenochtitlan, they started burning all the records of the Aztecs, because that's one way you can crush a culture, is burn all their records, their books, their writings, their art. And he went and got some and hid it and saved it, and if it wasn't for Bartolomé de las Casas, we would know virtually nothing about the Aztecs and their history and culture. So I had a great appreciation for him, and so that it made me mad.
The quintessential meaning of being American. And it is in the Black experience in America that we can hold up our own ideals to reveal the truths about the truths that we do not always acknowledge. Citizenship is something that many of us take for granted. We've not done anything to earn it. We've never dreamt of it. We've never toiled for it. We've never sacrificed for it, and because of this, we often do not recognize the value and the responsibility of citizenship. But the Black experience in the United States encompasses all these things. Today, we stand in the shadow of the first Black presidency. And we can see that again, voting in the United States is being suppressed. This is with the single greatest voting act, the Voting Act of 1965, on the books, that we see voter ID laws now being used to rig democracy. Masked in this thinly veiled sense of good intentions, we hear the cry for voter fraud. We see an attempt to create a voting restriction that requires identification. There is no evidence that is present right now that shows that voter fraud is prevalent in the United States.
Gonna make a change for once in my life. It's gonna feel real good. Gonna make a difference. Gonna make it right. As I turn up the collarbone, my favorite winter coat, this wind is blowing my mind. I see the kids in the street, not enough to eat. Who am I to be blind, pretending not to see their need? I saw us disregard my broken bottle top and a one-man soul. They follow each other on the window, 'cause they got nowhere to go. That's the one I want you to know. I'm standing with the man in the mirror.
we'll take our seats. And now we'd like to introduce to the microphone Dr. Dale.